Since the day I moved to the Netherlands, I'm always wondering why there are so many bikes, and I got all sort of general answers like the country's flat, the roads are super friendly for the bikes and all that sort of stuff. But I really wanted to know the whole history behind since when it all started. So let's take you guys back to the past. So during 1950s and 1960s, just when the car industry started booming all over the world and the motor vehicles started becoming the main mode of transportation, things started changing. And because of that, the city's infrastructure had to be made car-friendly. And to do that, the government had to flatten the neighborhoods and get rid of the public places and convert them into highways. It was happening all over the world, and the Dutch cities like Amsterdam, Den Haag, Rotterdam, they were not left behind. Because of this, the number of bicycles went down by more than half, and number of cars quadrupled. But as the infrastructure of the cities in Netherlands were changing, something happened in 1970s. Because of so many cars around, there were also many road accidents, and there were about 20% of young children involved in those accidents. And by seeing these numbers, local people came out on the street to protest against this whole car and highway situation. And following these protests, in 1973, there was an oil crisis that halted the whole country. And all these things led to the government thinking once again about bringing the bike culture back in the Netherlands. And around that time, the city center was first time made car-free. But the protest continued to keep the cities more bike-friendly. And soon the government listened to its people, and the first cycling route were created in The Hague, and rest is history. And because of everything what went down in the past, now Netherlands have almost, I think, 17 million people, and it has 23 million bikes. How crazy is that there's more bikes in the Netherlands than people? And people are really dependent on bikes here. Like I see 3 to 4 year old kids up to 70 to 75 year old people, they're riding bikes. You use bike for everything, like dropping off your kids, going to work, going for groceries. And I also talked in my previous video as well that doesn't matter what weather it is, people would ride bike. It's not that if it's winter and if it's snow, people would stop riding bike and like stop everything, but that's not the case. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's stormy, if it's snowing, people ride bikes. So I came to this really cool place, which is I think 7 or 8 kilometers away from Den Haag, and it's so beautiful, and there's this really cool bike trail just next to the canals, and I was just riding and I don't even know where I am, but it's like in the middle of a forest, I guess. But yeah, it's so cool to just, even like 7 or 8 kilometers away from the city, you find these like backyards which you would, I don't think find in any other place. That's possible for riders like us if there is a really good bike trail around the country. And yeah, this area, it's so cool. And I can see there's so many bikers. And also this day, it's nice and sunny today, and it's gonna be the last sunny day for this week. And by the way guys, I don't know if you guys saw this in our videos or not, but I was really surprised by this thing that people do not wear helmets. I mean, even if there are 23 million bikes in the Netherlands, nobody's wearing helmet. And I tried to look it up on the internet, the reason. If you know, comment down below. So because there are so many bikes in this country and there's not much of land space, so what the government has done is that they have built so many parkings for the bikes. So the other day we went to this underground parking, and which is like 2 or 3 floors, and same with the normal parking. So those kind of parkings, they are there in all the major cities. Alright guys, so it is getting a bit cold here, so I'm gonna go home. We are going somewhere in the forest again, and I'm not sure again where Mira is taking me. And not even, hey, are we even allowed to ride bikes on this track? Yeah, I don't trust her. She said it's allowed, but it's so cool. And tomorrow it's gonna be snowing at this place, so imagine how beautiful this whole thing would look. Alright guys, so it is not as warm as yesterday, but we are on some adventure with our bikes. So Mira would tell us where we're going. So where are we going?
We're going to the king. Adi didn't believe that the king is living really close by us, so I will show Adi the house of the king. In the back of me, here's where the king and his family is living, and it's just 2 k's from our house or so. And that's also a really good thing about bicycles. You use it of course to go from A to B, but it's also really cool to just go with a bicycle and explore the area and where you are, and you can make so much distance in just a short time.
And guys, with the bikes, it's not just having 23 million bikes in the country, it's also a really big thing of how do you accommodate those bikes. And I think government has done a really cool job. Even yesterday we found this huge bike parking in The Hague, and was it in The Hague?
It was under the central station.
Yeah, it was under the central station, and that bike parking could accommodate up to 8,000 bikes. How crazy is that?
So we just checked in a new bicycle park here down Central Station in The Hague, and it's crazy how big it is. There are like 6,445 free spots, and you have to check in with your travel card, and then the first 24 hours are for free, and after you have to pay a little bit. But yes, the facilities are so good. So all around us are spots for park your bicycle. And it's a bit empty now. That's because of Corona, of course. Not that many people are traveling, but normally it's completely full. Like so many people come with the bicycle to the train station to go to the work, and yeah, it's really great. So these are all bikes for public transport, and if you have a public transport card, you can just go here, unlock the bike, and you can use the bike in the city. So yeah, it's great. Even if you're traveling here, you can always use the bike. If you go to another city, then yeah.
So these are basically the rental bikes.
Yeah, rental bikes, yeah.
Yeah. What's called? ovifits.nl. And there's so many. Oh my god. Look at that. There's like from there all the way to here. And then after that, 2 minutes later, when we came out of the bike station, it started pouring down. So that's also a part of riding bikes in the Netherlands, as I told in the previous videos, that it rains anytime and you just have to deal with it. And also guys, because of the bikes, you can go anywhere in the city. So even I think yesterday after the rain, we went to this really cool tunnel, which was I think under the railway lines. And even like those things, like those small things, how it has been made, it's just so bike friendly that you can just roll your bike under the tunnel and you don't have to just bounce your bike on the stairs. And of course, with riding bikes guys, you cannot overlook the benefits. So there's so many benefits, health benefits. And if you're riding so much bike instead of cars, you're saving the planet. There's so much less pollution. And
true.
You want to add anything else?
Yeah, maybe you come at places where you would normally not come, like where we are here now. Like you cannot come here with a car, but with a bicycle you just cross the whole forest.
Yeah, that's it for the vlog, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let us know what is your experience of riding bikes in the Netherlands, or tell us your experience of riding bikes in your country, how it is like. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and you want to add anything else?
Let's see you again in the next one.
Yeah.